There's a couple more stories that preview what's going to happen in Washington, I guess. The next is going to be, of course, the vote on the Department of Homeland Security on their budget. That's not probably going to come for another month or two. Ostensibly, the conservatives will take a vote, which maybe that they'll get after they elect Boner Speaker of the House, to show how angry they are at the imperial presidency of President Obama in his granting, well, not technically amnesty, but a 3-year reprieve, deferred action on their immigration status to about 5 or 6 million people. Also, we're anticipating the first vote we may see out of the Senate is supposedly going to be about Keystone XL, and it's going to be interesting to see. It may take a while to get out of the Senate because supposedly there's we're going to see the return of an open amendment process in the Senate, and in which case the bill to support Keystone XL may get tied down in the Senate. Once it passes the Senate, it's going to easily pass the House. And then the question is, will President Obama veto the bill? And will there be enough in the Senate to override the veto in the House? There won't be enough to override a veto. The question is, will he veto it? It'll be interesting to see. My guess is that it'll be easier for him to veto this bill, basically because oil has now gone under $50 a barrel, which I know Bush and Chains is very temporary. People should be out there buying gold right now.
Also, I think President Obama said enough things about how dubious claims around Keystone XL are that it doesn't appear like somebody who's setting himself up to back it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't consistently say the job numbers are inflated and this might have bad environmental consequences.
The biggest thing that he said was, and I wanted to get to this a little bit later, but I'll talk about it now. The most relevant thing that he said regarding Keystone was that it had no benefit, period, to the American public. I mean, that's the bottom line. He said back in December, quite explicitly, it's very good for Canadian oil companies. It's good for Canadian oil industry, but it's not going to be a huge benefit to U.S. consumers. He's setting it up, I think, in a way that is quite clear that he will veto it. Now, starting, I think, this week or next week, the Senate will, I guess, debate a bill or try and develop a bill out of the Senate Energy Committee, chaired by Lisa Murkowski. And I guess it's the Energy and Natural Resources Committee. And the first hearing starts on the 7th. So it's going to start, there's going to be hearing this week, on Wednesday. And then I think they're going to come out with a bill the following day. There are about a half dozen or 7 or somewhere around there Democratic votes. But even still, that brings the number to less than 2/3. So they won't be able to override a veto in the event that there is a veto by President Obama.